Hello guys, this is Joni Jouhkimainen for runitones.com. Today's video will be a hand history review, since I have played some higher stakes like 100, 200 and some 25-50 lately, and I feel like there were a lot of interesting hands to go through. So yeah, today I will be going through a few hands and we'll see if we found out some interesting spots and maybe some mistakes or other interesting stuff to go through. So here's the next hand against Mr. Sweets. We raise the button, it's a 10-20 anti-game, so we raise to 86 and face a 3-bet to 284, which we are pretty happy to call. Flop is an okay, popping the bottom pair with a wrap, and we do face a large c-bet, or not large, 2/3 pot. And here we are playing pretty deep, but obviously our hand is not great enough to be getting the money in, and raise folding is not an option, so no other way than to call here. Turn is a card which makes things interesting, I would say. So we turn the nut straight and having a bottom 2 to go with it. We are only blocking one heart and one spade, and when we do face again a 2/3 of the pot turn barrel, the question is obviously, do we want to be calling this, or should we make him fold some equity, or like there are a lot of hands that still can stand a raise in Phil's spot. If he has like a set of queens with a flush draw, it would be a right play for us to be just raising the pot. And but the problem is whenever Phil has like aces here, or some sort of a jack-jack 4/4 with hearts, or some random jack-jack combos, we don't really want to be like making him fold those perfect river bluff hands. And then again, like Phil is representing pretty strong hand here, so I feel like he's gonna have the ace jack also with a pretty high frequency. So, but I still feel like this is a different spot than the last hand against Kobus. So in here, I feel like just raising the pot would be the right play, since our hand needs a lot of protection. Even his semi bluffs has sometimes like 30% equity. So I think we should just go for a raise here. And what happens is Phil calls and the river is blank, and with 500 bucks left, Phil decides to fold, which is obviously a right fold, but I'm pretty sure he had like kings with a flush draw type of hand super often. And for a final hand, I have one here from 100, 200 PLO action, where I opens button and I got call from Stickman in a big blind. Pretty fairly standard c-bet here with a bottom pair, backdoor flush draw and a gutter. Could actually check back as well, but I don't mind betting at all. Decides to make it pretty big, and when we receive a check call and we get a flush draw on turn, I feel like we should go for a barrel. Pretty easy barrel. There are a lot of better hands that we can make fold, and obviously we are pushing a lot of equity, and whenever we get called we obviously have a good equity as well. So nothing too interesting there. Gonna make it 1900. Stickman decides to call. Would have been pretty awkward if he decided to check raise, but pretty happy that didn't happen. Pretty interesting river, and there's like 6.2k in a pot, and the Stickman decides to lead for 4600. I think we're pretty high up in the range and obviously blocking the clubs, and whenever he like takes this line, check call and lead, he's obviously repping a really strong hand and a really only pretty much a flush or better, and not even sure like how small flush could he go for value here. Probably not that low, maybe queen high flush or something. And the problem is, like, if he really made a ace high flush here, I think it would be pretty poor leads, since whenever he leads and we call, our calling range is gonna be so flush heavy, and in those cases why wouldn't he just go for check and let us bet with the flush? Since we are value betting pretty much all the flushes, he could easily get the whole 24k in. If he decides to make it, like, if we value bet for 5k, he can make it 21k. And so if that would be the case, now he is only get value for 4600, and he could get 21k in there. But yeah, that's obviously depends a lot on the game flow and the dynamics, which is the other thing that affects. But yeah, obviously not gonna fold this hand, and he shows up with a 3 pair and a nut blocker. I think his play was pretty terrible there, since first of all, there's a little chance that whenever he checks the river and I'm gonna value bet for 4k and he makes it 20k, I might end up holding. But obviously I'm super happy to see him leading, since I feel like it's more often a bluff than the check raise pot would be. And it's obviously gonna be more expensive as well, and we get the worst pot odds. So yeah.